Hi and welcome to Everyday Vlogging with Rich Pasini. Today is April 1st, 2019. Thank you for tuning in. I just want to start off by saying thank you to all the new subscribers who recently subscribed to my channel. It is greatly appreciated. I hope you like the content and come back for more. I'm going to do the reseller news today, but before I get into that I just want to go over a few things with you guys. Well, first thing I want to start off with, for those who are new, I did a video about this once before, and I was raving about buying a smartwatch from an overseas company. This came from China, of course, and I bought it from Top Hatter, not eBay. It wasn't long after I seen on eBay for under $10 items you can get this thing for under 10 bucks with free shipping. However, this one here I paid $17 and change for it. That includes the shipping with it, and that was bought off of Top Hatter. Just to tell you a little about it, if you're ever thinking about it. In the beginning it worked good, but I noticed as time went on I had to keep recharging it in order for it to maintain its date and time and so on and so forth. It syncs up with my iPhone, no problem with it, but I noticed lately it's been, when the battery goes dead, it defaults back to 2017, and you got to do all the same, you got to do all the logins again, all the setups. You know, the state you're living in, 24-hour, 12-hour watch, whatever. You got to do all that whole thing. You got to preset it and stuff, the date, the time, the month, whatever. And I'm going to give it another shot. It's been sitting around for a couple of days. It's got to be charged up. I usually charge it on my computer, but my take on cheap things, I am frugal, and people say, "Oh, good, you deserve it. You're cheap. You get what you pay for," and it's true. You do get what you pay for. If I was to buy this here from buy the regular Apple smartwatch, I think they run between $300, between $200 and $300. I didn't want to spend it. I didn't want to spend the money, and I could even get this cheaper if I went to eBay and bought it under $10 on items, $10 items and under. I could have got the same exact watch, folks. No exaggeration. Same exact watch for $10 with free shipping. So you say, all right, so you spent 17. Yeah, I spent $7 extra. I could have saved that $7. I'm frugal, I try to save money. But anyway, that's just one of the things I want to share with you guys. As a matter of fact, I was charging it up on here on my computer. I had the charging cord over here, and I was trying to charge up. You ever noticed, you ever see here, when you're trying to get that little rubber piece, there's a little rubber grommet here, they keep it there to protect it, and getting at it. But I'll do it later on. I'm not going to sit here and play with it. The other thing I want to talk about is, again, before I do the reseller news, does anybody use Filmora 9, or have you tried the new upgrade? I've been reading a lot about that there in some of the other groups, even the Filmora group. There are quite a few people that aren't happy with it. They're not happy with that program. I downloaded that. I downloaded also the Filmora Pro. And now the Pro, they want to charge you for that one there. You get it for $100. This is for YouTube people who want to create videos. Yeah, not necessarily YouTube. I mean, you could create your own personal videos too as well. But sort of for video editing software, I always relate that type of software. Cyberlink Power Director. I use Cyberlink Power Director 14 in conjunction with Filmora 8.76 version. And anyway, I was on the Filmora group, user group, and there were people that complaining about it. They're not too happy about it. One guy said he uploaded the new version, and he lost all his special effects that he purchased from Filmora. So I responded to it. When I see things of that nature, I do respond to it because they're on my group, and we all join groups, like all those YouTube people. We all affiliate with one another, and that's how I found out about it. Yeah, the Filmora user group is pretty good. It's basically people go on there and will extend their experience with their newfound video editing software. However, I did download Filmora 9, and to be honest with you, it's okay, but they let the little things out there that I like what's in the Filmora 8.76 version. So in conjunction with that, I do use the Filmora 8.76 version, and I will continue to use the Filmora 8.76 version going forward. Filmora 9, from reading on the blog sites there, people weren't too happy with the upgrade. And my take is on that there, I love Filmora. Don't get me wrong. I use it. I use the 8.76 version. Matter of fact, that's what I've been doing all my videos with. I love it. I think it's very user friendly. It's user intuitive. You could copy and paste stuff. You couldn't get a more simplified video editing software if you, for YouTube, to create YouTube videos. I think it's really great, and I love it. I did download Filmora 9. I did download the Filmora 9 newer version. I think the 9.1. I think it is, and I'm not knocking. I'm not here to knock Filmora 9 version or the company itself, but I'm going to wait until they perfect it where they get a lot of the bugs out of it first. And on that note, let's get right to the reseller news, because I got quite a few windows open up. I want to expand a little on each topic, and then I want to end it, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to do another video today. I may not. I have toying up some ideas of things that where I like to produce a video, but right now, for all purposes, intents purposes, let's do the reseller news. Let's get right to it. Okay, for our first story, it starts off with crypto news, and I just want to give you guys a heads up for the new subscribers. I do not read everything verbatim. I will expand a little on a topic and then just move on to the next one. I'll give you the URL, and the rest is up to you if you'd like to pick up where I left off. This one here is from the crypto news, and the URL is https://cryptonews.com. And I think I talked about this last week. It's about that person was selling initial coin offering, I think it was. It says over here the title is, it's not a joke. eBay listed ICO project claimed it got an offer. And this was posted today, April 1st. So it's not an April Fool's joke, I know that. I read part of it already. It says around a week ago, the founder of the blockchain platform, Pasini, made the whole cryptoverse interested after revealing that it had listed their project for sale on a popular online marketplace, eBay, for a price of US dollars, $60,000. And now they may be setting a new trend in the space, as they confirmed they've actually received an offer for their project. It says we indeed received an offer, but we're still in the middle of negotiations, as we need to examine all the software and understand as to whether there is a match between their needs and our capabilities. Ivan Komar, one of the founders of Pasini, told CryptoNews.com, assuring that it is not an April Fool's Day joke. Okay, here's, I guess, a little clipping from it. It says the listings are looking at it has ended here. Pasini blockchain project for sale, mobile app, web app. It says MVP, and then it shows you over here it's sold, right? And it ended on March 29, 2019. For the price of $60,000. And if you guys would like to check the rest of the story out, you can. You could also, you could also follow them on Twitter and Telegram, but you could just read the story yourself if you like. So, hey, you know what? Persistence paid off for this person. They held out and they eventually got an offer. So, good luck to you. I wish this guy all the best. All right, let's move right along. Here's an interesting story. This one here is from the Sun. I'm going to give you the URL. It's www.thesun, one word, .co.uk. Of course, it's coming out of the UK. I can't, whatever. Crackpots. Crack pipes are being sold on Amazon and eBay for less than £4. Let me just keep my mouth shut. Let me just go on with this news clipping here. It says over here, the Sun easily found 2 glass tubes for $7.90, with the vendor bragging can be used for crack or meth. Yeah, I don't know. I don't, when did this story come out? Let me see here. I'm just curious. I always like to tell you the dates because I don't want you to think this is something that happened 5 years ago. Okay, according to this, it came out March 31st, 2019. It came out yesterday. You could follow it on Twitter if you want to share it on Twitter, Facebook, or whatever. They got 4 comments. I'm not going to read the comments. This is what the ad looks like. I don't believe it. I really don't believe this here, but well, seeing is believing, I guess, in some cases, right? My dad, Garesso, used to always say, "Believe what you see and only half of what you hear." So I guess I'm going to believe this. It says crack pipes are being sold on Amazon and eBay for less than £4. Our investigation reveals similar pipes are available for $1.99 on eBay. It comes as a Public Health England /Home Office report shows crack use is on the rise. I'm not going to read any more of this here, folks. If you're probably wondering, if people wonder why I post stuff like this here on my YouTube channel, because it deals with eBay. Things that deal with eBay, Amazon, Etsy, Poshmark, PayPal, I will put on a Reseller News. That's what it's all about. So, I don't want people to think I'm putting this stuff up here just for the heck of it to take space up. But no, that's what it is. It deals with eBay, so that's why I'm sharing it. I think the thing is crazy, if you ask me, but that's me. You want to read the story? I gave you the URL. You know where to go with that. All right, so let's move right along. This one here is from TameBay.com, another good one. I like this one here too. This one in e-commerce bites. It says delivery eBay, what's needed for today's retail standards. This story came out March 29, 2019. Chris Dawson put it out. It says last week I wrote an article stating that although I love eBay, I routinely shop on Amazon due to the likelihood of the delivery promise being met. Today we'll take a look at some of the fantastic delivery programs eBay have live live or in pilot around the world. If eBay implemented some of these features on the eBay UK, it would make a huge difference for the UK buyers. With the second eBay Seller release 2019 scheduled for April, or should we get that soon, I guess, we'll be looking for signs that deliver on eBay is getting attention that it deserves. Now, I think eBay also wants to do something like the FBA, what Amazon's doing. I think they're going to have something like that. I was reading about that one in last week's, I think. I probably won't opt into that there. For me, like I said again, as I said earlier, what my insertion fees and the way it is with the bill coming up, I don't think I'd get. I don't know. I'm going to opt into that, but there may be people out there that may want to check into it. If you want to read the rest of this here, folks, just want to, it's like I said, a little news blip here for you guys to read. The URL I gave it to you. If I didn't, I'm sorry. It's https://tamebay.com. Okay, you could check it out. The story you're looking for is delivery on eBay and what's needed for today's retail standards. That's the story you're looking for. The next, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 windows are going to be from e-commerce bites. And I'm not going to constantly repeat the same website over and over again, the URL. So I'm going to give it to you one time, one shout out here, and then you guys can follow through with it. Okay, the URL is www.ecommercebites.com. And that's what I said. The next windows are going to all be from e-commerce bites, so I'm not going to constantly repeat it. However, I do like to put out there, the date. This way you guys know it's not too old. So this one here came out Sunday, March 24, 2019. It goes on to say, eBay seller paints grim picture of diminishing profits. Well, I could attest to that. It goes on to say here, sitting down at the kitchen table stacked with returns and spreadsheets showing deteriorating profits, an eBay seller made a heartfelt plea for better conditions. We're all the years dedicated to building a business on eBay for naught. The seller asked rhetorically, among the challenges that the clothing seller described in a post on the eBay discussion boards were shrinking margins, faulty search, constant change, and abusive returns. It's so true. It's so true. That happened with me. I had a situation like that. I had an item that was being, the item was being sold for parts not working, and the person said it was defective, not as described. It had parts not working on it. I said it was not working. The item, it was a printer. I said the printer's not working. That's why it's being sold for parts not working. The buyer sends it back, said defective, not working. Love of mine. That's another story. It says over here, I find myself making so much less money than I did 1 year ago. Ditto. The same here. That I am literally appalled at the thought how my time has been wasted. For what purpose did I devote all those precious hours to eBay so I could see my earnings plummet? My stress level go up. Mine has been going up for the last 2 years. Only to have a dreadful realization that I should have been putting my best efforts elsewhere. Tell me that it is all just the imaginings of a tired seller's overworked mind. That this is eBay right now. It is not what I wasted all these years on. The seller estimates that their costs rose dramatically over the past year after eBay removed the 20% final value fee. Yeah, I remember that day. That was good when it that was good while it lasted. Now it's down to 10. Yeah, after they removed the 20% final value fee discount, and due to the higher postage and higher rate of returns. It's true. When you offer the free returns, that's why I'm not crazy about it. That's what happened with the printer. I sold the printer to the guy. I put in there it was defective, not working, for parts not working right. I put in there, you could use parts out of it and whatever. That's what I was selling it for parts not working. The person sends it back. It costs $15 with the free shipping. Who do you think had to pay the $15? Moi, me. So that's why I'm not really crazy about it. And like I said, I could feel this person's pain because I've been there and I've done that already, and it stinks. Trust me. The seller said they had to go. Wait, the seller said they had to go through their offer, their over 1,200 listings many times to keep up with the new eBay requirements. And again, I sit down to do the listing and end up having to figure out how the GTC, good to cancel, is going to work. I had to cancel one out yesterday. I had to end the thing listing earlier because they would have hit me again for another GTC fee. So I just ended it right there and then. It goes over here. Okay, where I pick up over here, I was going ahead. It says, I have read all the postings on the change, on this change, and I'm still worried and a little bit confused too. Just another thing to be wary of. Okay, another reason not to trust this company and another source of stress here. Okay, now this goes on. This guy's he's got quite a bit here. Well, it's enough, but I don't want to get too much into it. Yeah, I know what this person's talking about. I feel the pain and stuff like that. It's true. I don't know if you guys are experiencing it. That's why I said sometimes when I do these reseller news things, it would be nice if somebody could share some information out there. Maybe you guys don't want to share it out there. Maybe you feel it's none of our business or whatever. But I'm just curious to know how many people out there who claim they're doing so good are really doing good. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you look at the profit margin, what you make and what I'm selling for, the stuff I have is so cheap. I mean, I'm hanging in by a thread, to be honest with you folks. I really wish I could have gotten rid of all of that there, because there is a plan that I have in order, that I would like to get better stuff. But right now I can't do it because I need to get rid of the inventory I have. I can't just, because all this inventory that you see that's unlisted, that I have listed on eBay, it was purchased by me. And believe it or not, you might say, yeah, heck, it couldn't add up to much, but it did. It does. And for me, if I can't get rid of it, to replenish new stuff, I'm not going to go out and replenish stuff, But that's another story. We'll talk about that maybe later on, whatever. But anyway, check out this story, folks. It's, again, the URL. The story you're looking for, eBay seller paints a grim picture of diminishing profits. I'm going to keep that one up because I want to read the rest of the story. Next one over here. This came out Saturday, March 30th, 2019. eBay says new shipping screen is here to stay. All right. It says we heard the murmurings that some sellers don't like the new shipping screen they have been forced into, but according to eBay moderator, there's no way to opt back into the classic view. Now that's the thing though. I thought the last time I did it, I thought I seen a little somewhere out there. If I see it, I'm going to put it out there and do it. I thought where you can go back to the classic view unless they took it out already. But I remember seeing it, and I did actually click it on. They had a little thing there when it came to print and postage out to go back into that classic view. But they might have just done away with it, so I got to check. But if I do find out about it, you guys are going to be the first to know. So it goes over here to say, is there any way to keep the original shipping screens? As the seller has asked during the recent eBay weekly chat, the chat session, the new ones are cumbersome and confusing. True. I'm not crazy about it myself. I am not crazy about it myself, but it's their platform, folks. We got two choices. One, create your own website and sell in your own, which would be very difficult because you don't get the notoriety and exposure like they do. And number two, go to another selling platform. And in some cases, that ain't going to help you either. I don't mean to be the bearer of grim bear news, but I just got done telling you earlier, I'm on 4 different platforms, and not one of them brought any sales last week and a week before. So I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, it says another seller asked, I went to a print and eBay shipping label today, and behold my classic view. Behold my classic view, which I was using until today, is finally gone. Okay, all right. So they must have did it because I remember the last time I used it, I was able to go into my classic view. I had no choice but to use the new label. I manage just fine, but I'm wondering, has eBay set a definite time frame as ending the classic view for everyone? That's gonna, just to share this with you guys really quick. YouTube is getting rid of their thing too. They're gonna have a new studio thing there. I don't know if you guys know, if you're a YouTube follower or a creator, they're gonna be changing out the one that you got now is gonna be changing to beta, studio beta, whatever. It's okay. That one there seems a little much for me, but again, it's not my platform. You got to go with the role. You got to go with the program. So what are you going to do? Let's see over here. Let's say I had no choice within the label. I managed just fine, but I'm wondering a definite time frame. The classic view for everyone has been announced. I think the sellers who still like the old will want to know. That's true. I would like to know too. As an eBay moderator said, that while the definite time frame hadn't been announced, all sellers can expect to be migrated over to the new label flow eventually. So eventually, that's it. It's going to happen. They're not going to change it. They should, though. I understand they want to update their website and stuff like that, try to make the selling platform a little more user intuitive and friendly. But what they should do is, for the people who don't like the new technology changes, leave it there. Leave a little window there where if they can go back to it. But I guess it's too much to keep up with as far as their software programming and stuff like that. It's probably a little extra work, and they probably feel it's not warranted right now to do that. But if they could, it would be nice. It really would. But anyway, let's move on. And this one over here is the same thing. Oh yeah, okay. I clicked the window twice. That happens sometimes, folks. I do apologize. Okay, let's see. This one here came out March 30th, 2019. Seller claims eBay product photos were too good. Dear Ina, somebody wrote into Ina Steiner. Ina Steiner is the owner of e-commerce Bytes. She's the founder and the owner, as far as I know. So that's when you see people writing in. Most cases, it could be the sellers or buyers like ourselves. Dear Ina, eBay is ludicrous. Even if you use your own photos, if they look decent, anyone can claim copyright claim against them? That's crazy. It came out of your camera? I mean, all right. Two good pictures. Okay, took pictures of Zara, item that wouldn't fit into my own mannequin, and got this message alongside a violation. After reviewing your eBay account, we've taken the following action. Listings have been removed. A lot of items that were removed can be viewed at the bottom of this message. We have credited all associated fees except for the final value fee for your listings. It goes on to say here, your listing or product was reviewed after rights of an owner notified us that is their copyrighted image without permission. We encourage you to take your own photographs when creating a listing or a product. This helps potential buyers better understand what they are purchasing and helps to avoid any confusion after the transaction is complete. Now, I can understand that there. Now, if the person's selling a dress, what was this here, Zara? I'm not sure what Zara is exactly. I don't know if it's a cosmetics or whatever it may be. If it's clothing, I can understand if you have something like if you're putting up a dress and it is that, let's say it is that particular brand, and yours is a little faded, worn out, and stuff like that, and a person did use a picture like that, and you put it on your listings, that could create a problem because they're not actually seeing the actual picture of that item. So they may be thinking, oh, the item looks beautiful. They think of whatever it is. I don't know, Zara. I'm not sure what it is. But they may think they're getting that item that looks exactly like, the photo. And then find out later on it's a used item where it's got, it's got wear on it. Maybe it's got a pull on it if it's a dress or whatever. So I can understand a situation like that where, well, first of all, to be honest with you, everybody should be taking their own photos anyway. When it comes to things like that, why would you want to use somebody else's picture anyway? I mean, it's to me, I could understand eBay taking action like that, but that's the rules. I mean, you don't want to use other people's property like that when it comes to photos and stuff. It says your listing product was reviewed, okay, and this is copyright without permission, okay. Yeah. I'm sorry, folks. Trying to clear my throat over here. We're going to take your own photos. Okay, we got that there. To avoid any confusion after the transaction is complete. To learn more about the eBay policy, please visit eBay. The page over to give you the URL here. If you have any questions, contact the policy experts. Yeah, I can understand that. I mean, I think as sellers, that's the least we could do is take our own pictures. However, I will say this. I'll throw it out there. If anybody, wants to use my pictures, I don't care. I don't watermark my pictures, and you're not supposed to really watermark pictures because I heard if eBay sees that they will take them down. Okay, so me, I don't watermark my pictures. In some cases, I won't, unless it's something that's a rare oddity, something that I feel like it may impact or a sale and stuff like that, or whatever, cause some kind of conflict of interest with another seller. Use it, take it, do what you want with it. Okay, I don't care. I don't care if you use my photos. You could take them and use them. Okay, let me just get a little swig of water here. So yeah, I mean, do your own thing. I mean, that's the least you could do. I mean, photo, what's it going to take, right? All right, let's move right along here. Are you impacted by eBay selling metrics? Well, that sounds like analytics too. It goes on to say, this came out March 29, 2019. Somebody else wrote it to Ina. Dear Ina, I think it would be a good idea to poll sellers to see how many have been impacted by the new selling metrics. I had 8 cases open for items not received. 4 were closed by the customer support because the tracking showed that the items as received. 2 others were closed by the customer. eBay does not remove the cases that were erroneously opened. This looks like a clear case of eBay wanting to punish sellers and increase fees. Well, you know something? I had called eBay up because I had 2 returns from buyers stating that the item was not described. Now, eBay, I understand, will put a ding on your account if a person makes a bid on your, on your selling, and you end the auction, whatever, cancel it out. That will go on to your selling performance. Now, I had 2 situations, and I told eBay, I called them up, okay, and I said to them, listen, I had the thing in the description that the teammate went over it, read it with me, because the buyer said they received an item and it was not as described, when in actuality it was described. Okay, did the eBay teammate take it off? The only thing they told me is don't worry about it, it will drop off within a year, whatever, just like the negative feedbacks. But the thing is, that will stay there for a while. Now I had, I think, 2. Supposedly I got to check my selling metrics to see if I had 2 that dropped off as far as returns. Okay. Now, in order, from what the teammate said, in order to maintain top-rated seller status, you can't have no more than 3 returns on your account. If you do, then you will, that'll affect your seller account, and therefore you probably won't be classified as a top-rated seller. But you could always, when in doubt, check it out. You could always call up the eBay teammate and find out for yourself to make sure. Okay, because a lot of people, like I said, I've called different teammates up and I got different stories. I've talked about that in my videos as well. So you may want to check into that there as well, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to things of that nature. Okay, let's move right along here. Let me just get to 1 second over here. All right, okay, let's get right along here. And let's see, we got, I'm sorry, folks, I'm just going through and looking at my papers, my notes over here. Okay, this one here came out March 28, 2019. eBay announced a crackdown, or says eBay cracks down on sellers who lie about item location. Oh yes, there was talk about that once before too, about foreign sellers saying they have warehouses out here when they're really coming from a different part. I heard about stories like that too. Anyway, this story goes on to say eBay announced a crackdown in the UK on sellers who misrepresent their item location. The location, this is highlighted here, hyperlink, so you can click it on if you want to read it. The item location misrepresentation policy states in part, buyers should have complete information about the item's location so where they could be aware of all the costs associated with purchasing the item. The item location must be clear and accurate. Okay, this policy helps avoid misunderstandings, unexpectedly high postage costs for buyers, and longer than expected delivery times, which is true. It's true. Sometimes you'll hear that there. Oh, the item will be shipped to you when it's coming overseas. All right, well, we know that stands to reason. It's coming overseas. In some cases, you can have a longer time frame to receive your item. But it can happen. Like I said, I mean, I've heard stories like that there where people will say, especially foreign companies, they'll say they have locations out here and they're selling in their country. Well, there you have it, folks. That concludes the reseller news. I hope you got a takeaway from the information I posted out there, and I hope it is helpful to you in some way. If you did get a takeaway from it, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share. And if you want to be updated as to when I post new videos out, please hit that bell notification icon. Until next time, this is Rich Pasini signing off. Bye-bye now.